Once again, I welcome you all to Celeb Corner KE. Among the news that are making headlines in the country is in regards to a story of two brothers from Kitengela who went missing after they were abducted by Dci who were in an unmarked vehicle. They were taken out of matatus and then they drove away with them, and until today the two brothers are nowhere to be seen. On Sunday, August 18th, three human rights defenders based within Kitengela in Kajiado County held a space meeting on X, formerly Twitter, to discuss the current state of affairs in the country. The three, Mr. Jamil Longton Ashim, Mr. Bob Mishemi Jagi, and Mr. Gideon Molly, hosted the talk show on the state of the nation and devolution. Mr. Jamil, who is 42 years of age, and his brother Haslam Longton, who are 35 years, whose rural home is Mumias, was subsequently abducted by people believed to be police officers on Monday. Mr. Jagi was also kidnapped on Monday along Mombasa Road as he headed home from the Nairobi Central Business District, the CBD. A day before the meeting took place on X, Mr. Jagi, Mr. Aslam, and Mr. Melissa Lone Kirisua had written a letter to the officer commanding Station OCS Kitengela Police Station, informing him of their plans to hold demonstrations that were to take place this week. In the letter, a copy of which is in our possession, they said that the demonstrations were to take place on Tuesday and Thursday this week. And I shall read the letter. We wish to notify you of a peaceful demonstration, protest, signature collection drive people's referendum, which is scheduled to be held countrywide and in specific Kitengela Township as per Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya. The letter read in part. They also issued specific areas where the demonstrations were to take place, which included Namanga Road, Prisons Road, Deliverance Road, Miriam's Road, Tropicana Road, Baraka Road, Market Road, and Viwanda Road. In addition, they also said that the demonstrations would take place as from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. We hereby serve you this notice and humbly request that you provide us with security during the exercise. We shall observe and maintain law and order, the letter read. Now, following the youth protest that erupted in June and culminated in the raid of Parliament on June 25th, the government has been cracking down on organizers, including through extrajudicial measures like enforced disappearance. Mr. Jamil and his brother Aslam were abducted in broad daylight within Kitengela town. The media understands the armed men that witnesses said had walkie-talkies burrowed them into a white Subaru which sped off. Now, their mobile phones were switched off immediately after they were abducted. For Mr. Jage, he was allegedly picked along Mombasa Road when the matatu he was traveling in from Nairobi was intercepted by people believed to be police officers and who had covered their faces. Mr. Jagi, who is the chairperson of an organization called Free Kenya Movement, and Mr. Haslam had actively participated in the anti-government protest and used to notify the area OCS. Now, the abduction of the two took place barely 2 weeks after President William Ruto said that he will not allow security agencies to forcibly pick people and hold them incommunicado. On July 28th, President William Ruto, while addressing a public meeting, dismissed claims that people had been abducted. He asked that if there was any family that was having a case where someone disappeared, then they should report the matter. If there is any Kenyan who went missing, I want people to step forward and speak about it. I will be very happy to deal with that, he said. Now, on Thursday, the nation caught up with relatives and friends of the 3 missing persons who were at the Kitengela police station to find out their fate. The group was carrying missing persons photographs. A family member said that the officers at the station didn't give them answers about who had kidnapped their loved ones and where they were being held. The media learned that for the last 4 days, the family of Aslam and Jamil have been searching for them in Kiambu, Nairobi, and Kajiado counties in vain. They said that they have visited police stations, hospitals, and even morgues. Mr. Abdulazak Longton told the media his 2 brothers were picked by 4 individuals who identified themselves as police officers. They blocked their vehicle some few meters from their rental home within Kitengela. The hawk-eyed armed individuals in suits waylaid my brothers few meters from the rental plot. They blocked my brother's vehicle with a white Subaru station wagon before demanding to take Mr. Haslam away, he said. Now, Mr. Abdulazak further said that in the process, a scuffle ensued, but the suspected officers managed to battle them into the Subaru. Ms. Sarah Mohammed, who is the wife of Jamil, said that her husband and brother were abducted as they headed to a party that was taking place in Isinya, Kajiado County. My husband and the brother-in-law were abducted around 1:30 p.m. Immediately they left the house for a party in Isinya. He had not shown any panic whatsoever before the incident, said Ms. Mohammed. Now, a border rider who saw the brothers being seized told the media the individuals were armed and had police walkie-talkies. The white Subaru was parked at the corner of the feeder road for hours before they punched on the brothers. They must have been police officers. The rider who spoke in confidence due to the sensitivity of the matter said in confidence. For Mr. Njagi, ever since the anti-government protest kicked off, he has had run-ins with the police. His fellow activist, Mr. Charles Swankei, told the media Mr. Njagi was abducted by police officers who had flagged down a Kitengela board bus at Mlolongo town. Bob was in Nairobi the entire day. We were to meet around 10 p.m. in Kitengela for a brief meeting, but he was picked by police officers. We suspected these abductors switched off his phone, said Sonkei, demanding his release. Now, Isinya Sub-County Police Commander Mr. Patrick Manyasi denied the trio were arrested by the police. The same sentiment were echoed by his Kitengela Directorate of Criminal Investigations boss, Mr. Joseph Indeke. We have received a report of missing persons we are investigating, said Mr. Indeke. Mr. Jamil was recently released from prison. A search of Mr. Jamil in the Kenyan Law, which is a website that is responsible for monitoring and reporting on the development of Kenyans' court cases, shows that Jamil has had cases in court in the past. However, the media has not found any link between his cases and the abduction that took place this week. The Kenyan National Commission on Human Rights, KNCHR, recorded 66 cases of people who went missing, and the cases have been linked to the anti-government protest. The KNCHR said that at least 60 people have been killed and 601 injured in clashes with the police. Some of those that had been declared missing have been found alive, but do not want to discuss the predicament they went through when they were abducted. So the question is, President William Ruto, tell us, where are the 2 Kitengela brothers? They were abducted in broad daylight. They were taken and their family does not know their whereabouts. As of right now, the only question and the only answer we demand from the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Directorate of Criminal Investigation is the whereabouts of these 3 young men. For now, we leave it there. I remind you, this is Celeb Corner KE. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.